Hey everyone, it's Ariel and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share my 4-week experience from using an at-home IPL hair removal device. This is my first time ever doing this, but I was excited to try it. I've been wanting to try it for a long time. So I'm just going to share my results with you guys, my experience, how it was using it, was it easy or not, and does it work or not. So first things first, what is an IPL laser hair removal device? So IPL stands for Intense Pulsed Light. It's basically an at-home version of laser hair removal, but it is different. It's first of all not as strong and not as concentrated, so basically puts less focus on each individual hair, and so it's still effective, but it's not as effective as laser hair removal, like going into a salon and getting it done. And you might have to do more treatments than you would if you just went and got laser hair removal done, if that makes sense. But it's still effective, and I think IPL laser hair removal devices are pretty popular nowadays. Like, you probably have seen them in the stores or online, and you may have wondered about them yourself. I know I've seen them around, like on Instagram and on social media, and even in stores too. So I was definitely interested to give it a try. Now let's get into which device I used. The device I used is by a brand called Homily, and I used the IPL handset. They have a few different models on their website, but I used the IPL handset, and it comes in this box like this. They have two different colors, one green one and one white. I have the white one, white and gold. So it comes with an instruction manual, of course, with all the information you need. It has a skin color chart and like what to expect with each skin color and skin tone, and also just timelines and like guides for what you can expect and how soon you can expect results, things like that, how often to use it. And then it comes with a shaving razor. Of course, when you're using this, you have to shave before you use it, so they just include this as like a little extra. It's just a regular shaving razor. And then it also comes with a pair of like safety glasses. I didn't wear these every time, but they do say that the light is not good for your eyes, and it does kind of hurt your eyes, to be honest, so I started using them more and more, and they do help, they do make a difference. And then of course comes with a power cable that you use to plug the device into the wall so you can use it, and of course the IPL handset device. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It has two buttons on the front, it's white and gold, it has like a little fan on the back. It's a really simple design. They kind of all look similar. But yeah, this is what mine looks like. And then of course the little laser on the top. Now, I was actually pretty nervous to do this. So on week 1, I was nervous, but I also just didn't really know what to expect. Like, I had never done something like this before, and I know it's like not that big of a deal, but I was nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. So week 1, this was my first time doing it. I of course shaved my legs first. They say to use something moisturizing, just to make sure you're not like drying out your skin a lot, so using any like harsh soaps. So I made sure I used like something really moisturizing to shave my legs and get them nice and well prepped for the laser. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't use the razor that they included. I just used my regular razor because I know it works good. And it's really important that you remove all of the hair before you actually start using the laser. So wanted to make sure I got like a really nice close shave. And then another thing they say to do before you actually use the device is to clean it. You're supposed to do this before and after every time. So I just took a Q-tip with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and just cleaned the laser part of it really quick, really easy. And then of course plugged it in and turned it on, and I wasn't sure what level to use it at. It does have 5 different heat settings, but I figured since it was my first time doing this and I had no idea like what the pain or anything would be like or how my skin would react, I would just use it on the lowest setting, which is level 1, so that's what I did. And to be honest with you guys, this beginning part was a bit of a struggle. Again, I had no idea what I was doing. I'd never used one of these before, and I guess I didn't like look at the instructions close enough, but I couldn't figure out how to get it to emit the light. So I was struggling for a while to like figure out how to actually get it to work. And it's a bit awkward, like you have to go into different angles and positions to be able to reach, especially because I was doing my legs, which is like an awkward, just big area of my body to do. But anyway, eventually I got it to work. So I did my whole legs, both lower and upper, so calf and thigh. And then I also did my underarms. Again, just using it on level 1, the lowest setting for both my legs and my underarms. And after a while of playing around with it and maybe even going back to the instructions, I realized that there's an automatic mode. So if you press this big button down and hold it, it'll start flashing, and that means it's in automatic mode, which means that you just press it to your skin and it will automatically emit the light. So that's how I started using it, and it seemed to work a lot better than having to like press it every time you put it on a different area of your skin. So that worked a lot better. But obviously just shaved my underarms as well, and then doing the exact same thing, just using it on automatic mode and doing some at-home laser hair removal. And I couldn't feel anything at all. Like this first week of doing it, I didn't feel anything. But that was pretty much it, and I do have a little live update for you guys from week 1. Okay guys, I wanted to give you like a bit of a live update because honestly, I was like really struggling at first. I had this little like instruction pamphlet to go off of, so I was trying to read like this tiny print and it's like not super clear. So I was really struggling at first. I don't know, something about this just seems like very complicated too, so I was like kind of nervous going into this. But after a few like mishaps, I guess, in the beginning, like I couldn't figure out like the timing. So like I was trying to like press this button, like each time I would press it against my skin, and it wasn't doing it every time. Like sometimes it would when I would press it, but sometimes I would have to press it multiple times and like nothing was happening. So that was kind of frustrating, but I went back to the instruction manual and read again that you have to press this like, I don't know what this button would be called, like the light button, I guess. You have to press this hold this for 3 seconds. It will go into like automatic light mode, which means that as soon as you press it to your skin, it will emit the light. So that way of doing it has been much easier. That's the way I did like the rest, like both of my armpits and one full leg, because I started on my first leg and I couldn't figure out like how to get the light to emit consistently. So that definitely helped a lot. And now that I'm done all the areas I wanted to remove hair from, I feel pretty good about it. Like I feel like it's a lot easier than I was expecting. So far I'm liking it, and this was just week 1, so I'm gonna come back in a week again and do week 2, which will pretty much be the same process. But yeah, just wanted to like update you guys on that. So aside from my little mishap of not being able to figure out how to use it at first, week 1 went pretty good. Like it was pretty easy once I got the hang of it, and I was nervous at first, but after week 1 I feel like I felt pretty good about the next week and just moving forward. And now for week 2. So on week 2 I decided to use it a little bit stronger because, again, like I said, I didn't feel anything at all using it on level 1, and I was like, it's probably okay to feel a little bit of something, so I decided to use it on level 2 for week 2. Again, using it in automatic mode. That's the mode that I used it in the rest of the time I used it because it is so much easier. And then basically just like moving it along my leg section by section. So again, just doing my legs and my underarms. It definitely gets a bit awkward at times. Like you have to really move your leg in some interesting positions to be able to get all the areas, like especially the back, like the back of your thighs and the ankles, and it's just a lot sometimes. I found it a lot easier to like prop my leg on something, that way I didn't have to like bend down or anything crazy. And I did use the glasses on week 2. I didn't on week 1, but I did on week 2, and it does make a difference. Like it's a little bit awkward and like you feel kind of funny, but it helps, protects your eyes. And another live update from week 2. Okay you guys, so I just finished doing my week 2 session with the Homely IPL device. And I just wanted to like quickly tell you kind of what I've learned so far, because I feel like this time went a lot better than the first time. So first of all, the glasses, I didn't wear these last time, and I feel like it makes a big difference because it does kind of hurt your eyes. Like the light is pretty bright on here when you're like watching it hit your skin. So definitely recommend wearing the little pair of glasses that they include in the box. And then I also used it on level 2 today instead of level 1. I felt like last time I couldn't feel anything at all, and so just for the sake of it maybe working a tiny bit better, I decided to do it on the second setting. And I did feel it a little bit more than last week, but still, like it's barely anything. It's just like a little tiny bit of burning in some spots. I feel like next time I could even maybe do it on level 3 or 4. Like I probably could do it a bit stronger. But yeah, so far it's going really well. I feel like it's pretty easy to use. I definitely like the automatic setting. I've pretty much been using it on that since I figured that out. So another thing I also tried to do was leave less space between each section, so not making sure I'm not skipping parts or like missing sections, just to make sure at the end I actually have no hair left, not like some spots that didn't get touched. So just tried to be a little bit more thorough this time as well. But yeah, so far it's going really well, and now I'm done for week 2 and I will be back again for week 3. So that was week 2. It went pretty well overall. I felt good about using it. I feel like I was getting the hang of it. And then for week 3, I actually didn't shave all week just to see if there would be any difference and like if I could see that there was less hair yet. And I don't know if I'm crazy, but I do feel like there's a little bit less hair on week 3. So that was only after 2 weeks of using it. But I feel like there was less hair. I feel like it wasn't as prominent as it normally would be after going a whole week without shaving. And then I also used the razor that they included in the box just for fun, like why not? It didn't work that well. It's not that good of a razor, but I used it. But I did always try to make sure I was like really getting rid of all of the hair before I actually went in with the razor, because if you have hair left over when you go like touch your skin with the laser, you are gonna burn your hair and it's gonna hurt. So you shouldn't do that. So I was really making sure I was getting like a nice clean shave every single time. And then on week 3, I decided it was a good idea to use it on the highest setting. So I actually started with using it on level 4 on my underarms, and it hurt quite a bit, like quite a bit more, because I think I went from level 2 on week 2 to now level 4, and I was like, I don't think I can do it much stronger than that. It was just too strong. So I went back down to, I think, level 3, and that was a lot better. But I just wanted to see if my skin could handle it. And I don't know, I felt like the higher the setting, the more, like the better it'll work. So I just wanted to try it, but it was really strong. And then I did the same thing on my legs. I actually went all the way to level 5 on my legs. So the highest setting, and it should be safe to use. I mean, there's a reason they have 5 levels, but it really hurt my legs. Like it really hurt my legs. I also tried to give you guys a little before shot to see like if there's any difference on my legs from not shaving all week, but it's kind of hard to see. And also I don't have like that hairy of legs. Like there's not that much hair that grows on my legs, so it's kind of hard to tell on those if there was a big difference from not shaving. And I can easily go a week without shaving my legs on like a regular week. So, but again, I just shaved my legs as I did every other week. And then I did go to level 5. This was a bad idea. It was just burning a lot more than it did on levels 1, 2, 3, and even 4. Like it was just really strong. But because I started on level 5, I didn't want like certain parts of my area, certain areas of my leg to be like done with the stronger setting and then to go down on a different area of my leg. So I just kept going with it on all of my leg, or both of my legs. But it was quite painful, especially around like the inner thigh area. It's a really sensitive area, and it was a lot. So that was my first and last time using it on the level 5 setting. And these were just the immediate results after week 3. It's kind of hard to tell if there's any difference right after doing it, but at this point I was close to being done. I only did this for 4 weeks, so that was week 3. And then of course just cleaning it. I did this every single time. I cleaned it using rubbing alcohol with a Q-tip every time, just to make sure I'm not putting it away dirty with any bacteria or anything on it. I am using it on clean skin every time, but it's still important to keep it clean and keep it, you know, sanitized. So week 4, the final week, I didn't shave my legs at all during the week, like week 3 and week 4. Between that time, I didn't shave my legs at all, but I did shave my underarms once. So it's kind of hard to tell with the underarms if there was any less hair that time or not. I probably shouldn't have done that, but I had to. But here you guys can see how my legs were looking on week 4. And again, I did not shave them at all for the whole week between week 3 and week 4. And you can kind of see like a little bit of hair on my legs, but it's so little. Like there's really not that much at all. And again, like the hair on my legs doesn't grow that crazy, but I do feel like it was less than it would have been without the IPL device. So definitely less hair on my legs, only with 4 weeks, which I think is pretty impressive. And then again, underarms, you can't really tell because I did shave them once. But even on week 3, I did notice that there was less hair, or at least it felt like there was less hair. So I feel like they did start to grow in less and less. So legs and underarms had less hair by week 4. But again, I just went in and did my week 4 treatment. I used it on level 2 for the final week. I found that that was probably the best setting for my skin. I could do a bit more, but level 2 was just like a comfortable setting. Like I could feel it. There was like a tiny bit of burning and tingling, like the tiniest little bit, but it wasn't painful. And then same thing for my underarms, using it on level 2 and just finishing the treatment, doing everything the same that I was throughout the 4 weeks. And then again, just the final results, I felt like the areas that I was doing were getting like smoother, if that makes sense. Like each time I was doing this, it was like, it felt like a closer like shave, I guess, each time. And I feel like you can even see in these clips, like my hair or my skin looks so like smooth and soft, and it was. But that is it, you guys. So those are my 4-week results and my experience after using an IPL device for the first time. Overall, I feel like I did notice some changes, and I did notice less hair growing in, and it just wasn't as thick, which is definitely a pro, especially for the underarms. So the thing is, I felt like my legs were a bit too much of a chore to do. Like I wouldn't want to do this again. Like I wouldn't want to do it on my legs again, just because it takes a while and it's very tedious. Like you have to go section by section on your whole leg, calf and thigh. It takes a long time. So I didn't really like that, but I don't mind it at all for the underarms. Like I feel like it doesn't take very much time at all. But yeah, for the legs, I just feel like shaving for me is not that big of a deal. Like I'd rather just stick with shaving. And I don't know if I'm just lazy, but I just felt like it was taking too much time. It was just too much work for like the results that I get. But that being said, even though I wouldn't use it on my legs again, I don't think, I would use it on my underarms again. Like I'm considering doing it again because I haven't done it now since this 4-week experiment. But I'm thinking about doing them again because I would love to have hair-free underarms. Like who wouldn't? But because it doesn't take a lot of time at all, it's just once a week you have to do it. And Homily says that you can see results within 2 to 8 weeks, which is pretty fast. So I definitely think I will be using it again on my underarms, and I also want to try it for 2 areas. My upper lip, because I think right now I'm like pretty good, but I do have hair on my upper lip, I feel like we all do, that I usually just like shave with one of those face razors. But I think it would be so nice to have that just be hair free all the time. So I'm considering doing it on my upper lip and also my arms, because I have like pretty hairy arms and I've shaved them before, but of course they grow back. So I'm considering doing it for those areas. I feel like the arms, again, like it would take quite a bit of time, but it might be worth it because that's something I don't want to be shaving all the time. Whereas with my legs, I really don't mind shaving, especially because the hair on my legs like barely grows anyway. So overall, I feel like this works. It definitely works. And I feel like it's totally worth trying. I feel like it would be a little bit different for everybody because obviously our hair grows at different rates, but I think most people would see results within 2 to 8 weeks, like Homily says. And the device I have, which again was the Homily IPL handset, it only retails for $109, and I also have a coupon code for you guys. So if you use code Ariel20 at, I think it's homily.com, you can get $20 off your first order, which would bring it to only $89, which I think is totally worth it. Like totally worth trying it out. I mean, what can you lose? And it does work. It definitely works. It's a very inexpensive way to do your own laser at home compared to going to a salon to get it done. I mean, it can like really get up there in price. So to be able to have the option of getting laser hair removal done at home yourself for $89, I think that's totally worth it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found it helpful or interesting, just learning about like IPL hair removal at home and kind of how it works and the results and stuff. And if you do want to get one for yourself, make sure you check the description box. I'll leave all the information you guys need to check out the Homily device to get your discount. But definitely check that out if you're interested. And let me know if you want a video, like an updated video on if I do my arms and my upper lip, because for that I probably wouldn't film the process, but I could try it and then like give you guys an update and let you know how it works and kind of like what my results are for that. So let me know if that's something you guys want. Comment down below. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe if you're not already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.